do 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 do. Hi everybody. Oh, so much fun. Do. Okay. Everything looks like it's finally working. Cool. Good morning. Morning, good morning, good morning. Can't. Shay versus fruit. Shay losing every time. Good morning. Um, trying to be better about my health. That way, when I can go to the doctor eventually, everybody's like, "Well, why don't you go to the doctor?" Because I don't want to. I don't want the bills. The bills will stress me out. So we go to the doctor. We do an appointment. I we get whatever test we need to get done with that appointment. And we pay that bill month to month to month, which stresses me out. Mm-hmm. And then we rinse and repeat as soon as it's paid off. I know. I was like, well, we have a deductible. I go, yeah, it's $4,000. That is the equivalent of at least 2 months of my pay. At least 2 months of my pay. Not at most, at least. And that would be us not paying car electric. And stuff like that. So, anyway. Hmm. So I'm trying to eat these little tangerines. I'm trying to be good. So tomorrow we will not have stream at this time. We'll have it later in the day. I will be at work at this time. So there's that. Ooh. So I tried to print the thing for Corey that him and I messaged about, and then there wasn't an option for that pattern on the bamboo printing thing. So I tried to print a Lord of the Rings thing, and I went and took off the supports, and the supports broke half of it. And I was like, well, that happened. So we're having one of those kind of days already. One of those kind of days. things that are crazily going on right now. I'm enjoying that tangerine. Hmm Because I felt super nauseous as soon as I hit the. I was going to eat these after stream. But all of a sudden, I got hit with a wave of nausea. And we're trying to curb that real quick before we start crocheting with fruit. Sorry. I had no intent on sitting here and eating my tangerine at the beginning of my stream here. But I had already hit start and I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. Hey, I don't want the little babies off my fingers. Okay. There. That's it. Hmm. There's a cat underneath me apparently. Bounce. What are you doing, cat? Okay. Trying to figure out what is going on with my stream that it would be delayed so much that I've already on my screen. I've gone out of that room and come back. But when I come back, all of a sudden I'm still sitting here eating a tangerine on my screen. Why? I don't know. It's just means. Now let's reset. It's ready to go. Hold on. Let's go over here in case the cat decides to do a stupid launching of herself weirdly somewhere. Didn't mix that right. But okay. Today I need to find the green. But, you know, we've got these two pieces to finish up row 3. We're gonna do that real quick. Why? I don't wanna. There's that. This. The. Oh. Ah, hi. Okay. Hold on. I was confused for a second. There was a tail. All the rest of them are tied in, and that one I did not. Weirdness. Okay. Okay. It's facing the right way. We're good. Hate to put a letter in upside down. You know, I'm a derp. That could probably be a thing. That's it. And that. Hi, Mama. Okay. Okay. And there's that. And ooh, oh, I was going to say I did not round the needle. That was weird. Okay. There's that. Grab this one. And the corners. I'm going to go with this one. Hope that's the corner. Oddly enough, I have a hard time seeing the corner when it's just one single crochet. I might have to, if we ever do another blanket, we're not going to change it on this one, but maybe next year we do two chains so that way I can see where the corner is on the second row at least. Okay, look at that. I want both strings. There we go. Corner. There's that. Okay. Look at this. I don't know if it's going to zoom out, but it might. I don't think it's going to because it's a jerk. Can I do this? Will it zoom out? Nope. We're not going to win today. We're just not going to win. That's fine. But it says St. Jude now. Yay! So literally this row only needs the two in the front, two on the back. So let's look at the map here real quick. We haven't done any of those pieces. It's fine. That's fine, because as soon as those four are done, they will be done. So, okay. Okay. I'm moving this over here because I don't trust the cat that jumps up and down off my cat. But yeah, it literally is going to have two more on this side and two more on this side. So it'll be a nice lap blanket size, I guess. So there's that. Okay, now on to today's square. I think we've giving people enough 15 minutes to come on in, saddle up, rock and roll. So we need the yellow, the greens. The yellow and the greens today. Here's a yellow. Really? Okay. It's fine. This might be okay for the middle one. That was a lot of chains. I don't think it'll work for the top and the bottom. So here's that. Okay. This says make a chain to 17. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Go back to the fourth one off the chain and we're gonna double crochet. Okay. Chain 1. Skip 1 on the bottom chain though. And we're gonna four double crochets in each of the 4 on the bottom chain, and 4. Okay, chain 1, skip 1 chain on the bottom, that starter row, then 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, chain 1, skip 1, and then we're just doing last 2 of the chain is a double crochet into each of those. Okay, now we're changing color. I need the light green wherever it is hiding. Light green, where are you hiding? Uh-oh. Did I run out of that light green and I just didn't replenish that? Because we used light green yesterday, didn't we? There's the dark green. Where it is, the light green. Oh, here's an empty one. I'm guessing it was the light green. Okay, hold on. What do I have over here? I've got black and brown. I do not have light green. Okay, we're gonna get up for a second here. Unless the child has stolen it and is on the floor. Nope, it is not. Give me a second. It's right there. You're early. Well, that's because somebody's scheduled me to be early tomorrow morning. And I just started, so you didn't miss anything, really. Except for I finished this. Oh, I did zoom back in again. Dude. So, hi, Cora. Keep going. No, I don't want you in my lap today. No. You were needy all night long, dude. I didn't get much sleep. Go. Oh, no. Get in the window. Go. Up. Or get off the desk. Then go over here. Yeah. Butthole. Thankfully, it zoomed out. But, anyway. St. Jude. Ta-da! So, row, what is this stitch called? This one is called Meadow. This one is the greens and the yellow. This is called Meadow. So the first row was a chain 17, and then it had double crochets, little groups of 4 with a single stitch in between. So we have only done only done essentially this top little bit. I mean the first row. So first full row, not just the chain row. So there is that. Trim that. The red really pops. It does. It does. But there's also two different reds. I'm using a multicolored red for the corner, like for the main body, and then the border's got like a maroon red. So I've got this one that can get a border. This one's almost to a border point, but then row 4 for the lettering and stuff will be done. And that can all get connected. Start that dance of stuff. And I was grabbing more green because I ran out of green. There's the big ball of green that we unraveled at the beginning of this whole stream thing. Okay, there's some. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. How many rows are we doing? This one, it says working in one row stripes of yarn. It doesn't say follow, it says follow the chart, but so that's the repeat. It looks like it ends on a 3, maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out as we go. Because it only shows 5 rows, but it literally goes through 7 rows. Green, metal. Makes sense? Yeah, it does. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so we have green. And a very upset child. He's just frumpy, and I think he might have thrown up water in my hallway this morning. So he's just very needy after yesterday, since we weren't really home. We were gone from about 9:30 in the morning until almost 5-6 o'clock last night, and that was me and the hubby. So therefore he was not happy. Not like he wasn't getting fed, because we have auto feeders, but he's just very moody and likes us around. Because when we got our animals, most of them except for Stardust, we worked from home for the most part, so it's a hard transition, you know. Okay, so this gets a double crochet into the gap, and then chain 3, and then it's like a extra wide V stitch is what it is, and then we do another double crochet into the next gap. 1, 2, 3. Feel like I worked really hard to get green just to be done with green really fast. And then double crochet into the opening. 1, 2, 3. And there's that. And then single. It wants the double crochet into the chain, the top of the chain. There's that. There's that. Okay, so that's the green. Green. Well, that green. Now it says to go on to the dark green. Okay. Okay, so we're doing 2, 3. So that's our chain 3. Except for one's a fourth, because that's going to be the turn across the top. And then we do 4 double crochets into the top of the V, the chain area. 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet before going on to the next one, and then another 4 double crochets. 2, 3, 4. So this is number 18, Corey. This is number 18 in the pack. I am tempted, like, and there. Okay, so this is row 3. Well, technically 4, if you want to be specific. But yes, there's that. And we trim off green. And it says go back to yellow. Medium difficulty, right? I am tempted to, after I get through, I might make another just for funsies. Just sit and make a few squares here and there of trying the different squares and doing borders and just getting through all my scrap yarn. And so then maybe next year we'll just make a few of them to give away. Spend the year building up stock for it and just give them away. Give it away. Okay, so I need 4. 4. Okay. And then we are double crochet into that gap. 1, 2. And then double crochet into this next gap. And then chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Back into that same gap. Double crochet into the next gap. 1, 2, 3. Back into the same gap. 1, 2, and then into the last gap for a double crochet. And then they want 1 single chain, and then a. I need to make sure it's not the first one in the chain, that it's the second one in the chain. So the first one in the chain is the gap 2. And this one, I think, yes, this one. That's the tricky part, trying to grab the right strings. Okay. And that gets a double crochet. That's the end of that row. I don't know if it's medium difficulty. I guess it's about medium easy on this one. Okay, now we're on to light green. Okay, so then there's that. Grab green. This gets a chain 3. And then turn. And then this one is going to go right into that gap on the first one here. With another double crochet. Chain 1. And then we're doing 1, 2, and 3, chain 1. Sorry, it's not 3, it's 4. Dude, what am I doing? One more. Well, technically 2 more because I just pulled out the wrong one. 1, 2, 4. There we go. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get all these little strands out of my way. Chain 1, and then we are doing 2 double crochets in the top here. So one is going into the gap and the other one is going into that top of 3, number 3 in the chain, not number 4, because number 4 is the gap. And that is the end of the pattern portion of it, but it's obviously not a, well, it's technically a square. I would say it's almost a square. It's a little bit short. It's like a row or 2 short. So we have 2 more rows to do based on the picture. So it's just another one of the V's and then one more of the groups. It's like cluster. It's not a cluster because they're clusters are all in one thing. Okay. But we are done with the green, the light green. Light green is done for this dance. And this can go over to this pile of stuff. So now I need the dark green for this row, and then we are done with the dark green. We'll tie all of our ends in. Okay, so now to figure out what row I'm technically on. Did I not do it right? No, I did do it right. Just doesn't look right. Okay, so this one's gonna be chain 3. Okay, so we're ending on a row 3 in the pattern, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, turn, and then we're just going straight over to a double crochet into the gap. 1, 2, 3, double crochet back into that gap, double crochet into the next one. 1, 2, 3. You're finishing the square pattern. Too easy. Exactly. Well, that's the problem when they have a lot of gaps in them. You're not doing, it's not a solid. Does that make sense? It's just more of a kind of airy looking. I tend to go back. I feel like I just got drove by. He just slid as he jumped on the desk because he landed on the square. So he just slid. That's why my eyes got really big for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, dude. 2, 3. There's that. And to be fair, Corey, we did do like some of the hardest squares already. We did 50 and 49 already. We haven't done 48. We've done 47, 46. We haven't done 45 or 44. But we've literally almost done all of the hard ones, or the ones towards the end of the stitch squares. And now this is 18, which is row 2, not row 3. I'm sorry, not row 6. And so we're just doing so many of the harder ones first. It's kind of like the whole doing them out of order is slightly backfiring in a way. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I tried to print the thing, but they don't have any leaning Gandalfs in the app. So I found a Gandalf and I tried to print him. He had this little sword, and it broke the sword when I took all the supports off. So it's kind of morning I've been having, unfortunately. Okay, there's dark green. Back to the yellow. For the last row. Whoa. Row. Okay, so this one is chain 3, 2, 3. It broke his sword. What is the one that stood out more than the others so far? For the squares, squares wise, I would say my favorite so far squares wise has been I really liked, I don't know if I have a favorite. Like, I really enjoyed doing the wave. This one, that was kind of cool. So I was just seeing the color changes in between with the brown. I like that one. The one next one's not too bad either. Who is there a block in here that I actually am about to need? Nope, 5. That you're row 6. I definitely don't need you right now. Row 4. No, I need row 2 stuff. We're connecting 2 of the 2 squares today. Oh no, Gandalf. So I tried like 2 different prints of Gandalf. The first one didn't want to adhere to the bottom because they apparently didn't put any supports at all. And then this is how he turned out. It looks nice. It looks right. But if I move my finger, okay, there we go. He broke the sword. The sword broke and stayed attached to the. Yep. The sword stayed attached to the supports because it's only like this little thin layer of support, and his fingers. I just noticed all of his fingers broke off. So that one sucked. But yeah, I'm looking for row 2 double squares for row 2. What are you? Are you row? Nope, you're row 4. I need row 2. And it's the. Okay, here's 17. That's one half of it. I need 19 and 20 now. Where is 19 and 20? That's row 5. It's definitely not you. It's a 2-piecer. Row 6. No, you're row 1. This is stabbing me. Yeah, right. That's true. That's very true. What is this one? Well, that's row 4. Where is row 6? I'm missing squares. What's this one? Is it hiding? Yeah, it was hiding. Okay, I need those 2. Got it. Go over there. But that's the problem is half the people put their patterns on there and they don't put supports. And I'm like, how did you print this without supports? Because we all know you took it off, took the supports off, or you had sheer dumb luck. That's all I got. I don't know how Because even in the comments, people are like, supports? Question mark. So that's just the weird part about all of it is everybody's like, where's the supports for this? Where's the supports for that? And it's like, I don't know. I'm not a designer of prints. I just print. So I just chained 4 because this is going to be technically row 3 in the pattern that we're repeating. 4 double crochets into the gap, chain 1, and then 4 double crochets into the gap. And I see that our 30-second delay is what's but I'm okay with jumping back and forth in the conversation with myself apparently. Then we're gonna connect things. Well, after we do the border, right? Chain 1 and then double crochet into the top of the green chain. And that's the end of that. Really dull scissors because my other scissors are somewhere else in another room. Let's tie all these real quick. So we didn't do that as we went. That would have been smarter. Because then when we got done, all we would have had to do was the beginning and the end. Okay, that's down one side. Down to the other side now. I'm a little dehydrated from yesterday. Because usually by this time in the morning, I have drank essentially 2 cups of coffee, and I've been doing really good about drinking 2 of these at least of water. So, but we didn't drink anything until almost, I think it was almost 1 o'clock at the zoo. That was a Coke. Yeah, they sell 16-ounce Cokes there. Just saying. One can of Coke at the zoo is $4.99. Crazy. Granted, it's a 16-ounce, but it's like, really? I also find it funny that they serve alcoholic beverages at the zoo. I'm like, why? Why do you need to sell alcoholic beverages? Yeah, I get it. But a parent can live without alcohol and enjoy stuff. How many Red Bulls today? None. None. 0 Red Bulls. There was 0 Red Bulls yesterday. I haven't had a Red Bull probably in a week now, almost. I haven't had a Red Bull since I worked a morning shift. Yeah, I still don't understand why people need alcohol, but I get it. I used to drink, but I can find plenty of other things to spend my money on other than alcohol, like yarn. You know how many, depending on the skein of yarn, how many skeins of yarn one can or one Yeah, because their alcohol there was like $10. So I could literally, for the price of one can of 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 alcohol there, I could buy at least one fancy, think fancy, like multicolored, fun stuff, or a bigger thing of yarn, which could make possibly one or two, depending on what I'm making, blankets, baby blankets. Think about that. More threads, exactly. Okay, so that was that. I just didn't attach the taggy. I didn't even grab the taggy, man. I'm all out of sorts. Taggy, where are you? That's row 1. I need row 2. Ew. It's stuck over here, isn't it? Nope, that's 4, 6, 3, 5, 1. There's row 2. Okay. Or 3D filament. 3D filament is about $15 for a big coil of it, roughly. Oh, what's this one? The corner to corner. That's number 23. 23 is row 3. Row 2. Row 3. Row. I'm just grabbing the next one while I'm in this thing. Eek. Okay, so I need one safety pin. Oh, that is not a safety pin. That is a sharp, pointy thing that is in here. What did I drop? Oh, that's going to be fun. I gotta go shopping for that. Or the child gets it. Okay, there's that. And I will. Thank you. I don't need you choking on it. Okay. 18. So this one gets that corner. So that means that this is the front. There's that for this one. And we can put this guy away. Tomorrow's is going to be corner to corner, which is what we did for all of these squares, is a corner to corner. So that one will be easy, and I'm sorry. That one will be easy, and I'm sorry. But that one will actually get attached because that's a row 3, so that's going to get attached to the end of St. Jude. So the row that we just finished. So that will begin that process. So let's get a border on this thing and get it attached so we can attach these 5 squares together for row 2, making it that we only have 4 more squares left in row 2, which is awesome. I'm so excited. I'm excited that we're getting them done. I'm not excited that means that we are getting closer and closer to the end, because as it stands right now, most of the rows, we only have like 4 in each row to do. Yeah, the next square that is next is corner to corner. So we're going to need 4 colors for that one. 4 colors for that one. one for the main color, and then 3 for a stripe that goes through it. Yep. So it's 4 colors, 4 of these, 4 of these. I've also decided that if we do another one of these, I am making it so the corner is a double chain instead of a single chain. I get why they did a single chain. I do, but I can't. I'm having a hard time telling where the corner is with the single chain. Like seeing it wise. And one turn. Turn. Ooh. Oh, I didn't want to do it that way. There we go. We're so close to the end of this skein. So at least we're finding out how much yarn we need for a skein. Hi, Bubby. What are you doing? Yeah? Those are claws. Don't stretch. You need to decide what you're doing. Okay, if you're going right here, hold on. Hold on. Come here. Come this way. Shh. Do not panic right now. Stop. You work fine. Mommy just needs to stretch out her legs. There. See? You're okay. See? There you go. That's your spot. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. He gets so upset and worked up when I grab him to hold him for a hot second. It's like, dude, I just need to adjust you so I have support on my legs so you don't put my legs to sleep. That's all I need, man. He's been very needy today, Corey. Like, there's a level of needy, and he is like going for the new heights of it. Kitty wants to no. Kitty wants to make sure that he gives me enough attention that I don't make him a onesie again. So when he first started licking patches off of himself, we started. I essentially made like this little section of a quickly crocheted or knitted thing, and we put it on him like it was his own little sock, and then he hated it because he kept snagging it so bad. So then I went upstairs and I grabbed one of my older socks and I cut the end off of it and kind of the rounded part for like your heel. Cut that out, and yeah, are very needy. And I had one named Thunder. Oh, you have one named Thunder? Yeah. He's well, since he was sick his whole first year, um, hubby literally would lay in his desk chair when we were at the apartment and here because we moved here right when he was still a baby. He was still less than a year old. Um, And he held him essentially with his up on his shoulder every day, almost all day, every day, because it was one of the only ways he could breathe. And if he didn't have him and I was home from work, I had him. Um, but his upper respiratory was just so bad. So he now thinks that he should be carried around like a baby and that it's normal. But we only did it because it was the only way he wasn't like struggling to breathe. So, and before anybody's like animal cruelty, animal neglect, no, we were taking him to the vet. The vet was giving him shots and stuff um, for the upper respiratory, and it just wasn't working. So we stopped seeing that vet, and we went to another vet, and they're like, for kicks, let's try this antibiotic. It was just a shot. And he's like, let's just try it. Because we did all the labs and stuff, and it was just an upper respiratory, and we couldn't get it. And I don't think it helped that we were, by that point, we were in the spring. So he was also probably dealing with allergies. So now he is a little glutton. He loves food, almost too much sometimes, and that he throws up in my hallway. Or he loves water. He just sits there and he drinks water for the longest time, whether it's before he goes and eats or after. He just loves sitting there tasting the water. He's so weird, but he's our little baby boy. We've had the conversation of, um, you know, possibly taking him to the Humane Society and, somebody who might have more time than we do to take care of him. But we also know he would be heartbroken not being with us. So at the same time, we're just like, he's our baby boy. I will just keep cleaning the carpet. I'll just keep cleaning the carpet. It'll be fine. If his dad is anywhere near him when he starts to try to throw up, we've been known to pick him up and put him in the sink, like aim him down into the sink, and then all of a sudden he's not throwing up anymore. We're like, why were you trying to throw up if you could stop it, my dude? So, Anna, what are you doing? Fang? Anna? Bobana? She is currently, I think, dragging stuff out of the garbage can in the bathroom again. She has this thing for plastic, and it's so stinking weird. So we have to typically close the bath. If our tents for moving him fixed it. Yeah. Or we jostled his stomach enough, possibly. I don't know. It's just weird. Anna gets hairballs every once in a while. She'll get them really bad for like a day or two, and then all of a sudden she's fine for like 3 months. But she is like our trooper of healthiness. They're like, she's great. And I go, yeah, I don't know whose cat this is. My cat hates other people and is scared of everything. And then she's like the sweetest thing inside the vet office. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna need that in a sec. Oh, he now sleeps like right here or right here. I have to have my arm underneath him, and he has to be cuddled up right up against me at night now. And it's like, dude, my arm is asleep. My dude, you pinched the nerve just right. It hurts. He's out and he's not snoring. Sometimes he snores, but most of the time he hasn't been snoring lately. So I'm kind of happy to do it because that means he's breathing good. But, okay. Guess it's kind of like parents to kids, you know. We adjust our sleep schedules for a number of years and whatnot. Okay, so Black 18. This is the top. That's the bottom. That's the bottom. Okay, this is 16, 17. This is 18. So this top, top. Look it the right way. So right sides are together. Grabbing the corners here. I can get through the two. There we go. How heavy are they? My cats. Uh, Cora is. I think they said he was 10 or 11 pounds last time we went in, and Anna was about 10 or 11 pounds as well. So they're still, they look big, but they're still on the relatively light side. Considering the fact that Cora was a whole 4 pounds his first year, pretty much almost all the way up till his birthday. Um, Speaking of which, his birthday is coming up here in May. We're not quite sure when in May because he was a rescue, but um, we just celebrate a little bit in May. So he will be 3. No, he'll be 3. We got him right before we got married. No, we 4. No, 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, he fluctuates a little bit for weight wise, but he usually is pretty good. They don't say he's big or anything. They're just happy that he's still alive at this point. I think at the vet office because they were like, "Oh, we're not sure. You know, this is really rough." I'm like, "Yeah, you think?" Okay, so there's that. 18, 18 and 20. Go down there and there. Now, it's funny. People are coming and they go, "Oh, your cat's kind of big," and I go, "Actually, he's a lot lighter than he looks. Go ahead and try to pick him up. Go pick him up. Tell him." He knows how to shift his weight, and so does Anna. Where they feel extremely heavy, and then you're like, wait a second. Once you actually they get comfortable and in your arms, all of a sudden they're light. You're like, you little jerk. It's like they're trying to become one with the earth and just sink you down quick. So I stopped counting, Corey, how many how many I'm doing. It's about 17 is how many it's supposed to have. But since I stopped counting, they've all been lining up, and I've been a lot less stressed about it. Like, it's just trust the process. It'll be fine, Shanny. Trust the process. It shall all work out. Just like tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning will work out just fine. Okay. So there's another row. It looks a little wonk-tastic. Because this is the... Oh, okay. You're going over there? Did you get warm enough? Is that what's going on? Okay. Okay. Oh, you want to sleep upside down. Okay. He's such a goofball. But I appreciate it. Okay. So there's that row. This is row 2. It's coming along. Okay, let's mark that off. But I like the fact that this is going really well, in the sense that you can definitely, if you're doing just 1 square a day, less than an hour, if you could do all of these. I'm assuming you stitch the rows together last. Yes, I'm going to stitch the rows together as they complete. So I think row 4 is going to finish first, or possibly one of the other rows. But once the rows around it finish as well, we're going to attach those rows. So roughly the week in May, the 20th, around there, is when we should be finishing all of it, which gives us about 10 days to sit there and slowly do the border all the way around and connect it all together. We might do some other little project, who knows. I've thought about just grabbing some more of the scrap yarn and just make and small talk. Yep. Great. Looks great. A week's worth of decision making and small talk. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Can be pretty much how it goes. I did contact St. Jude, my contact there, and asked them about donating the blanket. So I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do with the blanket when it's done. Who knows? Definitely, probably give it away here. So I guess you better decide what you want to do with it. Whoever gets it, but you know who you are. I still can't get over my stupid little things that I made. I ran out of black, so then I switched it over to blue. What I have left over of the blue, and it actually turned out really nice. And I was like, wow, that's a happy mistake. Getting some Bob Ross in here. So that's all connected. To be fair, when I was making these originally, when I started this whole thing, I wasn't gonna start connecting them until we were done doing all of them and doing just 1 square a day. But then when we've been completing a square, sometimes in as little as 15 minutes, it just makes more sense to do the borders on them as we go, because then it's occupying more of that hour, and connecting them together, because that's taking up more of that hour. And also, I know that we're probably going to go over 61 hours. I get that. But if you think about it, all the pauses for small talk, grabbing yarn, stuff like that, it you're still looking at about 61 hours technically to make this, actually possibly less, to make this blanket. Yeah, I did these off screen, but they still only took me about 15 minutes a piece. And I did them before we even started this room. I'm so I'm a very big planner, and I understand things don't always go to plan, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But when it's decently, I have the plan to fall back on as a, you know, hey, I got this stuff done. Yeah, I had to divert from it for a second, but I could go back to it. There's that little option in there. At least I tried to do the option, but it still works. But it still works. Um, and sometimes you look back and you go, oh, it was still technically according to plan. It didn't seem like it was at the time. So we are all ready for tomorrow's corner to corner, is what it's called. It is one of the stitches that is used a lot when people are doing like the pixelated blankets and stuff like that. So it's a good stitch to learn if you're going to learn a stitch. It's in typically in groups of 3. That's how that works. So that's what makes a good leader. Accepting that things don't go into according to plan. I accept that. I accepted that before being a leader. So there's those. We only have a handful left. We are definitely past the halfway point in the stack. So this is where the little piece of paper is of what's left versus what we did. This this is the stack difference here. we're past the halfway point. We are and then some. So we've got one, two, about 23-ish left, 24-ish left. Less than that because there's only 50 squares. What time is tomorrow? Tomorrow is tomorrow afternoon. You will be at work, sir. Because, sorry, you made the schedule, sir. You made the schedule. Because tomorrow I work in the morning till 2. So it'll be sometime tomorrow afternoon. So maybe we'll aim for 4:30. Maybe we'll aim for 4:30 to be nice. How does that sound? We'll aim for 4:30 Central. 4:30 Central. Okay. Is that fair? Or would you like later? Hold on, I gotta wait the appropriate 30 seconds. Because that's the delay for some odd reason. If anybody's understanding what Corey and I are up to, is we're playing the delay game. I'm on vacation for a week, so I can accommodate anytime. Wait, what? Is that why I'm in the morning? Oh, okay. Oh, you're using up your vacay time. Okay. So we'll see whatever time I get home then. Wait, then who's in charge from like 5 until 10? Mm, okay. Well, I'm back to second shift tomorrow, so I mean Tuesday, so it is what it is. We'll find out. Maybe. Okay. Well, we're gonna end for the day. I'm gonna probably watch some Netflix, and tie these ends, so I don't get DNCA'd. Um, DMC, whatever the heck it is, for stupid things. because they like to do that. So I'm just gonna flip the chair around so it would be the back of the chair anyway, and watch this lovely TV that's back here. But yeah, and I have to deal with the fact that I ate an entire protein ice cream pint last night, and now my stomach is very bubbly too. It was delicious. I just want you to know, it was delicious. The flavor was Cocoa Puffs. I just want you to know. And I'm not usually a Cocoa Puffs person. Delicious. I I do not regret life decisions. It was delicious. So, much love. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you next time. And I would definitely suggest getting the the Ninja Creamy. It's an expensive buy, but it's worth it. It is totally worth it. It's delicious. And I'm only on day one with it. Just delicious. Take care. Mwah. Much